Hi, it's MissNikkiAnn again. Wearing my sunglasses, but here I am. Um, I just wanted to do a post today to try to be a little bit more of an advocate for um, dysautonomia, POTS, and I this video I think I'll talk a little bit about a portion of a normal person's day, which is eating. And let's see, phone was ringing. And for a person like myself who has dysautonomia with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, cardiogenic syncope, and autoimmune disorder, and I also have slow gastric emptying. So that means that whenever I put something into my mouth, the digestion process is really slow. And so I just finished having my lunch, which was difficult because in order to stay hydrated, I obviously need to drink lots of water. And so if you drink lots of water, it's hard to find the space to put the food. But you must have the water because hydration is key with POTS. And so even my drinking water, it digests just as slowly as the food, which is very important. I've heard other people mention their slow gastric emptying issues, but I don't think I've heard anyone else mention um, they're having problems with fluid, and how slow that empties as well. So I have made adjustments recently after seeing my GI and my rheumatologist. And if you follow me on my blog or other videos on here, I have been trying a raw foods diet, which makes all the difference. And it is because the body does not have to utilize extra energy and digesting and processing the processed foods. So I reiterate that raw food diet does work, and I've been at it now for a few months. At times I'm not 100% raw food, which is my goal, which is what my rheumatologist and GI recommend based on how slow my gastric emptying is. So I do about 80% of raw foods, and most days 100%. My average day is 100%, but some days I may have something like my peanuts will be roasted and not raw because I don't like the taste of raw peanuts. So if I'm having peanuts, there are certain things, if I'm having them, I have yet to, my palate has yet to adjust to it, and the reaction to it is so severe, and really throws my nervous system off. So you have to be very careful with food when you have dysautonomia, POTS, and fluids. And I used to drink salted water. I mean, heavily salted. My dysautonomia specialist just kept upping and upping the salt, and then I realized despite it I was still flaring. And so on my own, and she doesn't even know this yet, I tweaked it and just got rid of that portion. But I do and that went on for a long time, about a year I guess, because my rheumatologist started me on it because I was complaining about the cost of electrolyte water. And she was like, "Oh, you can just make that at home. All it is, I use Morton's light salt, and the light salt is most important in the way that I consume it. I know that there are others out there who use sea salt, and there are all these reasonings and so forth. Basically, we need to get the stuff into our bodies, and I know the potassium that's in light salt makes a difference for the electrolyte and hydration portion. So that was the recipe I used. And my dysautonomia specialist, when I told her about it, said my rheumatologist was right in her prescription of it, and actually to add more and more and more of the salt to the water. Um, and of course, then I'd have the intravenous venous sessions, day long ones for my IV fluids, especially in the summertime. And I mean, I drink so much water to where there's barely any room for food sometimes, it seems. And it still doesn't matter. And I realized that even without the salt, I'm still the same. So it's kind of odd. So I stopped that on my own. I'm not going to say that I suggest it for everyone, because I don't know. It's just something. It was just one of those choices I made one day. But so here I am, and I want to add 6 minutes in that I'm feeling very sluggish just from having had, and because of how my body's been feeling. I had my mom make a vegetable stock, and she like a vegetable soup. Everything was fresh, ginger and all sorts of things to be easier on my stomach instead of eating it raw. And even that, digesting that, I feel so tired, and I didn't have a lot of it. It just takes so much energy, and now I'm talking to you, and that's taking more energy. And I have my sunglasses on, and my shade, excuse me, is down because I can't. My nervous system can't take the sunlight and the photosensitivity, and that slows everything else down. So eating, drinking, taking in fluids really do affect your dysautonomia, and the choices you make are important. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but the choices you make would make a big difference in if you are able to even get out of bed for the day. I have noticed that with the raw foods diet, I have a little bit more energy because my body's not spending as much time digesting processed foods. But I still flare. When I flare every month, and usually it lasts for 2 to 4 weeks at a time. Every month I flare. So clearly dysautonomia has a mind of its own, and just trying to live with it and deal with the limitations it presents, but also find workarounds for those limitations. But that's it for today. We're 8 minutes in, and just wanted to touch on one subject that really, when it comes to food and dysautonomia, I could have discussed that for for an entire day. But that's it. Be well, and I'll check in with you soon. And hello to the UKPotsies. Thank you so much for all the love you gave back for my video response that I posted to 1960 Pixie. Oh, okay, that's it. Gonna stop.